Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So today I thought it was a great time, so 6 weeks from the start of the year, to give you a few tips on how to achieve your goals, your New Year's resolutions that you set yourself back like at the beginning of the year. Oh, it seems so long ago, but it's only been 6 weeks, and it is useful exercise to do every 4 to 6 weeks to check in with your goal or your goals, see how you're progressing, see if anything needs to be changed, and keep your eye on that finish goal. So, congratulations to all those who have set yourself goals or New Year's resolutions. You've got through the toughest month, January, so well done. So, yeah, just a few tips to kind of help you stay on track or get back on track. And I thought I would use through these tips an example of a goal. I think that'd just be easier. So, the example I'm going to use is the goal of running a sub 35k. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So first one is accountability. Have you told anyone what your goal or New Year's resolution is? Could be a friend, a family member, a colleague, a partner. But yeah, tell someone, because yes, we don't tell people our goals because if we fail, then they will never know we failed. But people that we love, that love us, want to help you and want to help us achieve our goal. So whether that will be kind of coming for a run with you or driving you somewhere or helping you get out the door when you don't really want to. So accountability is a big one, and it's amazing how supportive people are and just want you to do well. The second one is quite long winded, but basically is having a structure or plan in place. With the sub 35k, you might have said at the beginning of the year, oh, well, my running I didn't do much running over Christmas, so I'm going over 3 runs a week, and then maybe try a couple of park runs, and then I'll attempt my sub 35k PB whenever. That's great. That would, of course, that's great to give you kind of a rough idea, but really honing the structure and a plan will really make you hit your goal. So maybe, you need to plan in your 3 runs a week, plan them in, what day you're going to do, what type of runs you're going to do. You need to plan in your park runs, which Saturdays you're going to park run, which park run you're going to go to, just to give you kind of a bit more kind of defined activity. Maybe you think you might need to ask a running coach or find an online 5k PB, 5k plan to follow to enable to reach your goal. I mean, the biggest thing is to decide when you're going to go for your 5k PB race, because if you don't know when that's going to be, you can't really train for it or keep your focus for it. If you're going to just say, well, when I think I'm ready, I will give it a go, that's never going to happen. And plus, if you don't have a date, then it's very hard to keep the motivation and keep going, and that's really tough. So having actual a date for that 5k is a must. When you think about your 5k PB attempt, is it going to be on just your usual training routes? Is it going to be a Pacific race? If so, when's the race? What's this route like? Is it a PB potential route? Do you need to go and run on that route a few times to see how the course feels? Or are you going to do it at a park run? If so, is it your local park run? Or is it going to be a different park run? Which park run is going to be? Which one do you fancy? Which one's your potentially PB route? And also figuring out what you like. Do you like an out and back? Do you like just from A to B? Or do you like a circular route? Do you like laps? So by really defining that structure and a plan will really keep you motivated and to achieve your goal. So that is a big one and something that needs to be looked at, as I say, every 4 to 6 weeks to see if you're still on your goal, depending how long your training block is. Number 3 is all about, it's a great phrase, great training tip that I picked up from a YouTuber I follow, a CrossFitter, Christy Eremo O'Connell. And in her video for New Year's resolutions, goals and intentions, they talked about consistency over time equals results. So consistency over time equals results. So basically, if you're not very consistent and it's only a short period of time, you're not going to see the results. Whereas if you're consistent on a regular basis for as long as you can, then you will see results. So obviously with the 5k PB attempt, if you're just going to throw in maybe one speed session every couple of weeks and then try your 5k, that's not really consistent for a long period of time. Whereas if you have a plan and you have speed sessions every week for kind of 7 weeks, and then week 8 you're going to attempt your PB, then you probably will see the result because you've been consistent over time and you've achieved your result. So that one's a great one to keep in mind about being consistent over time to achieve your result. The final one, which is a tip but also kind of a thought process, is about giving your best on that day for that session. What I mean by that is that we always have, from time to time, oomph days, lack of energy days, poo days. We're not really wanting to go out and do that session or to exercise at all. But if you do that session, then do your best on that day for that session. So it's just always giving your best, no matter how you feel, but giving your best for that day for that session. And you never know, if you repeat that session in 2 weeks' time, it might not be an oomph day, you're feeling really great, and on that day you'll give your best on that day for that session, and it just happens to be better than the session you've done, the same session you did 2 weeks previously. What it's saying is, whatever you do, give your best for that day and for that session, and that's a really great way to help you achieve your goals. So you don't just do the session, just turn up, do it and come home and feel like, what was the point? So yeah, give your best on that day for that session. So yeah, I hope you found that interesting. We'd love to hear below any other tips that you kind of live by, train by, that helps you achieve your goals, because it'd be really great to help each other achieve our goals. So yeah, put them in the comments below if you've got any other hints and tips. So I hope you found this video useful. Basically, it's just having an accountability, having a great structure and plan in place on how to achieve your goal, and being consistent as often as you can for as long as you can to get your result. And also every day, just do your best and you will hit your goal. So yeah, please subscribe if you haven't done so already. We'd love to have you along. Join me in my next video where I will be discussing my goals and my intentions for the upcoming year. So it took quite a while to think about my goals, and some might or might not have changed depending on how this week goes. So yeah, stay tuned for that one. And of course, whatever you do, goals, intentions, running, #KillingIt.